Okay, so your question. What is your question?
Uh, was it about the arahat?
Aha, one was Arahat, and then you were asking me about the rupa and all that. So,
Okay. Well, yeah. So the first one, because I do feel like I get anxious about becoming an arahat. Like it's one of my biggest motivators slash goal in this lifetime. Like sometimes to the point where it causes me dissatisfaction if I don't see the progress that I want. But
mhm.
after the talk last night, when you were describing that how it's time and space. Like these are the roots that need to be cut. I started thinking about like if there is no concept of time, even though I say currently right now my mental capacity doesn't understand what it's like to be one. Technically, aren't we already one then? It's like if there's no concept of space, then it's as if like we are, maybe we just don't realize it.
Okay, so to answer to your question, so what happens is like this. See, what are we trying to do? Well, first, understand. So now, when I'm sitting here, okay, I'm seeing you. I see you as a person, plain and simple. So there is a time element and a space element. Time element defined by the past, present, and the future, and the space element defined by those eight things what we have gone through. So if I'm seeing you, there it would be a feeling of seeing you, right? There's a feeling, and there's a perception that I'm seeing Matt, and I'm going to do something about it. So I'm going to do some volitional action, or I'm going to do some preparations in order to have that experience of meeting Matt. And finally, it is the vinyana, which is consciousness, right? So it gives you that experience of Matt, or it gives me that experience of meeting Matt. Okay. Now, this is conceptualization. So the mind creates a concept of Matt within a particular time frame, and it becomes spacious. So what if there is no concept of Matt, and you see everything the same? Let's take it that way. And then what happens is the eight things what is there, that is the internal and external, okay, then gross and subtle, then inferior, superior, and far and near would not be there, right? So if you are experiencing exactly that all the time, that's arhat. Okay. Hey, so this guy is also driving and that guy is also driving. Very nice.
Yeah, so I'm definitely not experiencing that all the time. It was just a thought that I had.
Right, got it. So the objective is that if the mind takes anything at all through the five senses, it creates a symbol so that it can come back and enjoy or suffer. Right? So I say I'm seeing you, I say I'm hearing to you, I say I'm touching you or sensing you, I'm doing this to you, I'm that to you, like that with every damn people I'm going to meet in my world of the sensual reality what it's created. So the basically, if I am an anagami, and then what would happen is that the nimitta, the symbol or the sign would not be there. If the sign or the symbol is going to be there, it creates two impressions, one to like it or one to dislike it. There's always these polarities are going to be existing, right? Now, whether I am wanting it that way or I don't want it that way, the polarities are going to be there. So obviously, I would be having abhijja. And another a good term to be used in English is excessive desire to possess, to have it. And if I don't get it, then it turns itself into vyapada, which is ill will or irritation, agitation, all of that. To rage, anger, all of that is part of that. Why? Because I want to get the eye to see the object which I want it to see, but it sees something else. So I'm getting pretty upset at it because that object is not in a condition to be enjoyed. The sound is not in a condition to be enjoyed like that. So what if there was no nimitta, no sign? So there are three terms which Buddha uses. One is animitta, apanihita, shunyata. That means you will experience signless, you'll experience desireless, and you'll experience voidness. Okay, this again brings it to arhat. So there's two ways of seeing. Matt, I think you're actually frozen. Are you there? Matt is joined somewhere else also. Okay. So, yes, I can see you up and I can see you down. So now we have two Matts.
Oh no. Okay, let me hang. Better rejoin.
Okay. So, where are you heading to? Oh, sorry.
Just going home. Just going home.
Oh, just going home. Okay, okay. Then you can mute yourself so that I don't have to disturb you.
Yeah, just 2 minutes.
Okay, no worries. Yes, Matt, go ahead. So this is the whole thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Be sure that the video cleared up.
No, the video is frozen, but at least audio is good. Audio, I'm able to hear you.
Okay, yeah, I interrupt. I'm listening.
Okay, so that's all what it is, Matt, is that if you are experiencing the Rupa Vedana Sanya Sankhara Vijnana in this way, then you would let go of the 8 on space and 3 on time, and then it's clear. There's nothing more to accomplish. So what is this Rahulovada Sutta is, I have no idea what was Rahula at that point in time when he spoke to the Buddha, but he could get it. So either he reached an anagami state at that point in time or he became an arhat after listening to the Buddha. That's what I feel from going through it in detail. I've exactly worked out what he has put there. It really transforms you. Okay, I've never seen a sutta like that before. And I had many aha moments, not one, many of them. Aha, this is what he was talking about. Oh, I'm getting that. Oh, this one. Oh, I'm getting that. Like when I got on the Titayatana Sutta, that Anguttara Nikaya 3.61, that also had a lot of aha moments. So,
And once you got those aha moments, that means you're like moving to the next phase.
yes, absolutely. So, I can see a lot of changes in me after Maharahulavada Sutta and the Titayatana Sutta. So, these two suttas really helped me. Not that I was confused, but that moment I experienced it, I got exactly what would be the feeling of Rahula.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that's when I thought I should be doing a small discourse like this, trying to see can we experience like that. And it's all that what I'm talking about is not there in the sutta because it's I got it exactly experienced, so I'm able to explain back to you.
Okay. You know, there was a time yesterday during the discourse when I was looking at myself in my camera, and that was the first time that, uh, not really like a self, because when I look at myself, I can see that it's just a body. Yeah, but it was like I just saw myself as space, like literally no different than say my dresser or my nightstand or something like that. Like there was no difference between me and those. Like I was just something that took up space.
Absolutely. So it's good. Your progress is pretty good, I can say, because if you're getting like that, it drops off everything. And meaning you wouldn't feel connected with anything and yet connected with the world. Meaning to say that if somebody comes and knocks your door and you're going to speak to him, it's not that you're, it's, it's not that you're not going to be speaking to that person, but what would happen is that you would not take it seriously. You wouldn't bother. You wouldn't take that person to be your friend or this or that and then drive yourself crazy with emotions.
Okay. So what about this? Because when I do my meditation, or not formal meditation, but just throughout the day, focusing on my breath, because that's the object that I've chosen to take. um, I always I can always be aware of like me breathing in and breathing out. But yesterday too, I started thinking about, say, the oxygen particles in the air, like being a part of my breath. Like that was the first experience that I've had looking outside of myself as well.
Oh, that's good one. But it has a flaw. If it goes so detailed, it will again distract. So when we look at the breath, it's only about the touch. See, I'll tell you what is Buddha Dhamma in short. It's all about understanding the touch, phassa, contact. With contact, everything happens. So the basic aim is not to react to the contact.
Okay.
So if I am watching the breath at the where it is touching, or if I am watching the body like this, my hands, the fingers are going to touch the chair. Okay, so mentally, I know it's only a touch. Okay, but the definition concept is it's a chair. So I need to now resolve this saying that it's just a concept called as a chair, but what really is happening is just a touch. If I were to keep this hand up on this support of the chair for long, and then it would start to sweat, there will be wetness, right? And that will be missed out for sure. So if I put those four things together again, is that I'm focusing on this thing, what I'm touching. So the awareness picks up. That means I will get the awareness through attention. So I'm attending to this touch. So I'm getting aware of the feeling which is happening by this touch, right? So there's a contact between the chair, uh, the the hand support, what is there in the chair, plus the touch itself, right? So now when I sit like this for some time, amazing thing is going to happen. What's that amazing thing all about? First thing, when I start doing like what I'm doing, so let me pull the camera up a bit and show you what's the thing I'm trying to do here in a second. Okay, so now I move this guy like this, okay, and just be with it and not making any sense of this is my hand and this is the rest of the arm of the chair. Then all of a sudden you would get an experience of without internal and external. The first thing that happens is you lose that internal external. You'll just feel the touch, nothing else. You don't feel the chair, it's my chair and I'm touching it, and all that stupid things are not going to be there. So when internal external are not going to be there, what is going to happen? What's going to happen here is that you will not have gross and subtle differentiation. Only with measurement you can make it as gross and subtle. So you're just feeling the touch, doesn't matter, right? Then there is nothing called as inferior superior. What's there to be inferior about and what's there to be superior about, right? And then the final one is it's not too far, not too near. It's just touching. Now you see this fun. Can I not use it on the base where I'm sitting? Yes, I can do that. Like you're sitting in the car. Do you think you can't do that? You can do it. Now, Aryu is sitting in a wherever he's sitting, is in the couch or wherever he's sitting. Can't he not do it? He can do it. It's same. Irrespective whether I do it or he does it or you do it, it's the same. So there's nothing called as internal and external. If he were to move his arms around the rest of his chair or whatever he's sitting on, armrest is going to be the same. And that's all what it is. So now when you do that, where is the past and the present and the future? It goes off. Now that's what he's saying. Give up that and then look at it that this is not mine. This doesn't belong to me and this is not myself. Simple. And just do that. And all the time you're seeing something, you're hearing something, tasting something, touching something. Just do that. Just be mindful of it. Mindful in the sense that your awareness shouldn't go out into anything else except being aware of the touch. Right? What Ari was asking me yesterday, not day before yesterday, for you, is that when I'm walking and what I should do. Should I look at the feet or this or that? It's the answer, very simple answer, is that do what it is touching to. Don't forget the touch. Now the question comes, should I look at the feet touching the floor, or should I look at the bending, or should I look at the breath? The answer is, irrespective of what you do, don't lose the touch. So it's your choice. Like in the case of Aryu, it is his choice. What he wants to do. If he's comfortable with feet touching the floor, fine, he can be with that. whenever he's walking. Now he comes and sits, he can look at the breath. But again, it is touch. It's not breath as such, it's touch. Right? So what's the difference between the touch of the feet on the floor and the touch of the air on the nostril? It's basically touch. So don't leave the touch. Simple. Now we'll take the Vedana tomorrow. Because if we do it here, then it becomes those people are going to miss it. So I don't want to go to the Vedana. So we'll go tomorrow on that Vedana. Or rather tonight for you when you are going to meet. So it'll be good. So what today for all of us, for me and for Shreyas, he's in the hospital having his kidney stones are removed. So I think he's still in the hospital. So he can now look at the rupa. The kidney stones are the rupa and the body is again rupa. The bed when also he's sleeping is the rupa. Right? Just he can observe the touch. Nothing else. Then he with that hospital concept is gone. You see this fun? In the mind appears hospital concept. And then hospital itself is gone. So what it is replaced with? Only touch. Doesn't matter whether he's referring to the nose touch. Doesn't matter whether he's looking at the armrest touch or bed touching or I'm scratching my nose like this. There's a touch. I'm rubbing like this and there's again a touch. Wherever, whatever I do, like if I do like this, again a touch. So now you can't miss out. It's damn there. That's all what it is. And even in that book, what he is reading, Illuminated, that also talks about touch only. It's only about touch. You shouldn't let go of touch. Passa. Contact. There's a contact. That's all what it is. So there's a contact between the eye and the object, that is the sight. That connection is the vinyana. So we are interested in knowing, aha, this is where it is connecting and this is how it goes outside after connecting. So why don't I do the indriya samvara, restraining the senses so that it doesn't turn out into ayatana or sense field and starts grazing. So gochara, he uses a word, beautiful word called as gochara. What it means is that go in Sanskrit and Pali means cow. Chara is actually fodder. So the cow is grazing around the fodder. It's just going wherever it finds a fodder. In the same way, I is going behind wherever it finds a fodder. Ear is going behind wherever it finds a fodder. Now you can't pull this guy. Come. Because he's already gone. And that's the aspect of the Mara. Right? It is the arena of the Mara. It is the field of the Mara. That's how he defines it. So now you don't want Mara. Don't allow the eye to go and eat whatever it wants. Don't allow the ear to go and eat whatever it wants. And don't allow the tongue to go and eat whatever it wants. You have to tell it, hey, come on, stop it. You're not going to watch that. That's not for you. And that creates a sense restraint. How? No nimitta. The gochara is the nimitta. Then you remove that and that's it. That symbolization is gone. So what do you have a symbol here on this armrest? Nothing. So if you were to do exactly the same thing sitting in the car, touching every part of your body, you're now scratching. I'm also scratching. It's the same. You're sitting in a car and touching every damn part of over there, and doesn't make any difference. You're wearing a cap, and if I wear a cap for myself, it's still a touch or a contact, and that's it. There's no cap. Something comes and sits on your head, and there's just touching. It just touches. Nothing else happens. Isn't it amazing that it cuts the space and time forever? Yes, Aryu.
So I guess the basic aim is to of meditation, or the Buddha way of meditation, is keep observing the touch. When you observe the touch, you become aware of how the namarupa and are happening, because the touch becomes feeling. When you keep observing that, you're able to unravel that based
Yes.
on the awareness that you gain.
Yes, so for that reason, what the Ubakin technique or the Goenka technique did is they basically mastered the breath, because it's all about touch. So touch creates sensation. Phassa pachaya vedana. So it creates that feeling. So you observe the feeling, it creates sensation on the body. You observe the sensation, you will come to know that you like certain things in the sensation and you dislike many things in the sensation. So there's a reaction to get rid of that. Right? I don't want it. I hate it. It's burning. I'm feeling the burning sensation. Instead of fighting with it, what Goenka or the Ubakin said is, observe that. Don't fight. Observe. When you observe, you can feel the sensation happen due to contact. So it's coming through the salaytana, six sense doors. Right? And you go backwards. How did the salaytana come to be? It's because of vijnana. And how did that happen? Due to namarupa. Then how did it happen? Go to sankharas. And how did that happen? Due to avidya. Then how did that happen? Due to asava. So asava pachaya avidya, avidya pachaya sankhara. Sankhara pachaya vijnana. Vijnana pachaya namarupa. Namarupa pachaya salaytana. Right? The six sense doors are happening because of the vijnana getting connected. And then that experience, that I am Vilas, is happening either through the sight or through the sound or the taste and touch and smell and thoughts. So I am thinking presently that I am Vilas. So if somebody asks me, who are you? Instantly I can say I am Vilas. Why? Because it's memorized. Because the gochara has already happened. That means the field of experience already happened. So to cut that field, I need to go to the root. The root is touch. That's it. Yes, Matt.
So if when we're focusing on our breath, if that's the object that you choose and you just pay attention to where it's touching, eventually over time everything else will fall off.
Yes, absolutely. That is there in that Anapana Sati Katha, where he says, he gives an example. See, Venerable Sariputta is great in that way. He gives a beautiful example. He gives a tree. If you have read it, he says, take a tree as an example, illustration. You have a saw. Okay, you're holding the trunk of the tree, and you're placing your saw and cutting it. But you should not observe the saw. You should observe the touch, not how long and how short it is coming.
Okay.
Right? And in the same way, he says, observe the touch. Or the question at that time, Ari had asked this question: what if it is touching once here and once there and once here and once somewhere and all? It's all touch only. It doesn't matter where all it is touching, right? If wherever it touches, it need not be it's touching in the same place all the time, but it's so I need to observe the touch like this. I sit straight, okay, then I close the eyes. Now I'm breathing on the right. The breath is coming, the heaviness of the breath is on this side. Now one problem might come. The mind wanders because it doesn't have much work to do. So that thought might come, I don't think so. This will ever lead there. I don't do blah, 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 and it keeps on chattering. Have I misunderstood? Is this the right way? How will I know anicca? How will I know dukkha? How will I know anatta? Is it ariya? It's anariya? Blah, 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 blah. All that is going to come. That's for sure. So that creates restlessness. So then instead of that, what I need to do is don't give any damn thing to that. Ask the mind, hey, watch it. No, I don't think so. This is going to lead anywhere. You shouldn't be doing that. Say, hey, listen, just watch it. Now, no, what should I do in this breath? Should I not take it as long and short and all that? That is what Buddha said. Hey, come on, shut your mouth and just watch here. What happens? I will get established. I, whatever that I, will get established as breath. So, satova asasati. Now I am having an awareness that this is indeed in breath and this is indeed out breath. Now, one funny thing happens. Your breath enters, it becomes feeble and it stops for a moment. Then it comes out, again stop. So, breath in, stop, breath out, stop. Now, what I should do? Don't worry about the breath in and out. Watch the touch. Funny thing, in that moment where there is stop, you will find voidness, void of essence. The breath itself is not there. And as you start watching it, more and more gap it becomes. Right? It's a most amazing thing to have. Why? With that breath becoming literally like thin and thin and thin and giving space, the body is completely gone. No concept of the body left. So passam bhayankaya sankharan asasisameti sikkati. You're calm, the kaya sankhara. Kaya sankhara is take this body to, okay, I'm going to turn my camera off. Okay, go ahead with doing whatever you want to do. So the kaya sankhara, which is in breath, out breath, is kept in check. It's so calmed off. So it becomes very nice as an experience. So then, how does that help me to understand the touch? Exactly, it meets the touch criteria. and I can be watching like this. Now the rupa is so refined that you will come to know atti rupa. This is rupa. Why? Because you know it is coming out of food and it is going off. Yes, sir, you. Go ahead.
When the breath stops, is it generally that the touch will still be there or not be there?
It will be there.
Will be
You,
there.
you will have a different kind of touch. You'll have a very subtle touch. The gross is gone, the subtle remains. So there's no differentiator now. It's just a touch. There's nothing called as all those eight what we discussed and past and present and future and all that. Just a touch. And now you can extend it to every part of the body and every posture you could possibly have. And because that animitta has happened, there's nothing that you are doing anything about it. Yes, Harry.
So it feels like as if you're sawing the tree when you go in and out, in and out. When you stop at one side, there's a subtle touch, even though there's no movement, but the touch is there.
Yes.
And then you move, and there's grass.
Absolutely. So now I take the tree trunk and I'm doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this like that. Then I'm watching only the touch. Only the touch remains. Nothing else remains. Right? It's a beautiful experience to have. Yes. Yeah, sorry. Shreyas has raised a hand. So let's give him a chance.
Yeah. I said, hey guys, my family. I'm actually back home. I got discharged finally.
Ah, good. Welcome back home.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask one question there, sir. So basically, when you're in that state, right, of the breath, so everything seems to be going into the void, and you see that your body is becoming lighter and lighter, and you just basically detach yourself from that, and you just keep looking at the body. So where do you go next from there? Like, what is the next step? What
Tomorrow.
happens next?
Tomorrow.
Oh,
Because if I tell you today, the problem is that you will start imagining it, and tomorrow we'll
yeah,
do it.
true. That's that.
So
Yeah.
tomorrow we'll practically do the animitta, and you'll really experience that, where you feel, wow, it was so close and I didn't know it. Okay. So for
Is
today,
it possible?
yeah, go ahead.
Is it possible to do the same thing with dhatus as well? So this is through the breath. Is it
Yeah,
possible to
why
do the
not?
same thing with dhatus?
See, even in the breath, you can convert that into dhatu. So I told you in the
Correct,
morning, right? I told you in the morning. So now I'm sitting like this. Now I see the breath is touching. So what would happen? It is heavy. So lightness and heaviness is part of Patavi Dhatu. Heat is there. When the cold air is entering inside and the hot air is going outside, you can feel the temperature. Then the air itself is air, right? So Vayu Dhatu. Then if you just feel near the mustache area or the lip area, you will find wetness. Apo Dhatu. You can do the same thing. You don't have to create a new one. Oh, I need to do some dhatu. So where will I go and hunt for dhatu? No, it is there in the same breath. Now, touch of four elements are happening. Isn't it an amazing thing? It's again a touch, right? Now what I can do, when I'm seeing this TV or this screen or this monitor, I'm calling by various names. But what's really is happening? Patvi Dhatu is seen. That's it. Right? Patvi Dhatu has color, Varna. If I touch, I'm feeling hot and cold and nothing else. Honestly speaking, the fingers are gone. The meaning, the concept of finger remain, but in the mind I am touching my fingers to the face is gone. Instead is replaced by hot and cold, and I'm if I keep it like this, wetness will come. Apodhatu, right? So I got Patavi Dhatu, Apodhatu, Tejo Dhatu. Movement is Vayu. Vayu. And this bloody thing is enclosed in a space. Akasha. Then this Vijnana is making this animation. So Vijnana Dhatu. 6 dhatus, done. So now when I see Matt, or when I see Shreyas, or when I see Aryu, I need to call this as Matt and Shreyas and Aryu, but what I am seeing is Patavi Dhatu, Apo Dhatu, Tejo Dhatu, Vayo Dhatu, Vijnana Dhatu, Akasha Dhatu and Vijnana Dhatu, and all into same. Now there is no Ajjata, there is no Bahidha. Gone. Next. What else can I remove? Olarika Sukuma. Gross and subtle. What is gross? What is subtle? It's only Dhatu. Gone. Next what? Inferior, superior. In which case? Matt is fair, or I am fair, or Aryu is fair, or Shreyas is fair or dark, and this stupid thing is gone. Right? If fairness is superior, darkness is inferior. Right? Fair skin is superior skin, and dark skin is inferior skin. Damn it! It's the color of the skin, not the color of a person. Gone. Right? See, if you look at Aryu's face, he looks Chinese. Who says so? Now, this is branding, right? It's just putting a label. So you see this label. If you put Chinese, what happens to human? That is gone, because that's again a label. And now he's not a Chinese, he's an American citizen. He has lost his Chinese, whatever he had. How stupidity. Oh shucks, he's a human being. No, he's Chinese. Ah, okay, he's Chinese. Is he still a Chinese? No, he has now become American. What shit. Then what happened to human? That we don't know. But then what happened to Chinese? No, he surrendered his whatever his nationality. Now he's an American citizen, and he has agreed that he's going to protect America from all kind of storms.
Even better than Chinese, it's Japanese.
It's a
Like,
Japanese.
people feel complimented when you say, "Oh, you look Japanese."
Yeah, you look Japanese. So now he keeps on going to the Hawaii Islands. And people over there see him as Japanese more than American, because his face looks like more Japanese than American. Right? So it's crazy. Now, if I do that, what happens? A beautiful thing happens. All these 8 forms of differentiation is gone. With that going, can I say I existed in the past, or I'm going to exist in the future, I'm going to exist in the present? Nothing like that. So space and time. Peaceful. You'll take rupa as rupa. That's it. That's all the practice. But you should remember, if you forget, gone. Whether you use breath, you use dhatu, you use this, that, touch, zen, whatever you would like to use whatever. Like the Zen masters, they do like this. They keep on watching the fingers bending like this. And the touch everywhere. Then they become aware of the touch and these fingers opening up. Why? Because if you're very distracted, this is a very good approach to stop the distraction. The mind is running fast. Like one crazy guy, it is running. So now you have to slow it down. How to slow it down? Like this.
So the whole point of the Zen doing slowly is the touch is easier to watch because it's slow.
Yes, absolutely. So they ask people to carry water on top of their head and not spilling a single drop on the ground. That's a practice. So they should be aware that they have kept a bowl or whatever they kept on the head. So they're not supposed to spill it. It's beautiful. So there's nothing to hate in any tradition. Each has its own viewpoints, which are correct. It basically makes things easier. So that doesn't work, take this. This tool is not working, okay, forget it, don't worry, don't fight, take this tool. Oh no, that is not working, okay, take this tool. Take something which works for you. There's no need to fight. Oh, this is Mahayana, that is this yana, and that one, and that one, and that one. Sorry. Yes, Matt, you wanted to ask something.
Yeah, okay, so if we're supposed to not really conceptualize inferior or superior, how come you like say the name Mahayana and Theravada means that?
Yeah, they're making it inferior and superior, right?
Yeah.
Which is wrong. Buddha never said my thing is superior and his thing is inferior. Anyway, whoever created it, let them create it, not an issue. But if you really pick it up, you will see there's nothing like inferior and superior.
I like what you say though, because it's just a different approach. You know, like breath can't work for everybody.
Exactly. Exactly. It's not one size fits all. Right? Aryu has been struggling on breath for these many years. I've been seeing him. That poor guy, I always feel, should get something else than breath. Okay. He's not meant for breath. And definitely not. Now he has to try it out, all right? So, but he's not meant for breath. He has to find something in the Dhamma which will give him that exact experience of what he's looking at. So I welcome him to India. So we both can do together. Because this video thing is not working for him. I think I need to sit next to him. Or another way to do is I need to be in the US along with him and then sit at his home or about wherever he is going to be settling down and stay there for a few days or months or whatever it is. Give him different things to work with and we both work.
I think in the last 2-3 months, I've gotten much better hold of. At least almost previously was 0. Now it's something. It's not great, but I mean something.
I'm
Something to work.
I'm happy with that. That Mind Illuminated book has really helped you. I really appreciate. Initially, you were very skeptical about it. Ah, no, that's not for me and all that. It is good. Good that you are. But still, we need to work it out. So I always feel that, yes, breath is very difficult for you. You are not meant for that.
But it's giving some result. Let me
Yes,
stick with it.
yes, indeed. So now don't take it in a negative sense or don't take it in a worrying sense. Okay, then what next? You out of these many things, you need to search the one which clicks that. Aha, that one should click in you. It answers all your question, Harry. Telling you. You will not have any questions because you have such a nice what I can say, you have everything basically except for that experience. Once you get that, all the questions are sorted out at once. And I only wish that happens at the earliest.
Thank you. Me too. I want that for you. Thank you.
Yeah, it should happen. I really love this guy. Okay, anyway, coming back to this, it's like this. So now I can use anything. I can use this headrest. Okay, I can use the microphone. I can use this mobile I have, or I would get what thing, whatever. It doesn't matter. This is again touch, contact, phassa. And in the Putta Mamsa Sutta, he says how you should look at the phassa. He says just like a cow whose skin has been removed and it is going everywhere. So the flies from the northern come and start biting it. It goes to the eastern side, and then the flies on the eastern start biting it. Then it goes to the western side. Then the flies on the western side start eating it. Then it comes to the southern side and it starts eating it. So the phassa is like that. Immediately you'll have vedana. If something touches you, there is feeling. So that's the reason I was very skeptical, much skeptical today to explain when Sachin asked me. But that goes into a conceptualization. Far and near. What far and what near in a feeling? Right? How do you conceptualize a far and near in a feeling? Because we have to do the 11 things in feeling, 11 things in perception, 11 things in preparation. When we come to consciousness, you see we are going to die. Your past consciousness and future consciousness and the present consciousness are not there. Huh? Then there's no internal consciousness and then there's no external consciousness. There is nothing called as superior consciousness and an inferior consciousness. There's nothing like that. And the worst part, no far, no near. Come on, don't give me that crap. So we have to take that crap on that day when we take it. Yes, Harry.
Are we actually conceptualizing consciousness?
Yes, so we have to come out of that also. So I'll be
We're actually doing that.
Yes, we are doing it. We are doing more than what is required. So we'll have to go back to the Khajaniya Sutta on that day when we take it. What is cognition? So we have to go to that. Anyway, so good. Let's stop here. I think so. Otherwise, we will end up touching all the other 4 aggregates and then dry out other people saying that, hey, yesterday we finished it. Or this morning we all met and we have finished it. I'm sorry, you guys missed it. So let's not do that. We'll give them a chance. Okay, so good day to both of you and good night, Shreyas, and may you recover soon. Or you already seemed recovered now.
Yes. A little better, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, you look better. So he had this.
Your internal patabi has become external patabi.
That's right. That's
There's no difference anymore.
yes. So he had a kidney stone removed. So it's good. Which is again a Patavi Dhatu.
Yeah.
The salt is a Patavi Dhatu. It got stuck in the pipe.
Just again.
And they use a laser to blast it. And it came out. That's it. Oh, done. But the pain is going to be there.
Definitely, that's the put a shunt in. So that's going to definitely be.
Yep. Okay, take rest. Then we'll meet tomorrow. And for
You have a good one.
yeah, and for both of you tonight we are going to meet up.
Yeah, I'll try. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.
Take
Bye
care.
bye. Good night. Bye bye.